First impressions as far as packaging, it's in this kind of gold foil packaging. I got it from a seller on eBay. I'll include the link in the description. And, overall, all right. Nothing super fancy, but I kind of like the gold. It's a nice touch. I've already torn the top open here just to speed the process up. So we'll open these up and I'll give you guys a peek to show you what the other sides look like. This is the top, and this is actually a small heat sink. And then these are the connectors here that will fit into the factory fittings. I'll open these up. We'll see how they look. We'll see if they work. The reason for this install versus a lot of other kits would be they do sell, sometimes upwards of over 20, 30 bucks kits that are actual replacements for the entire light housing with, some sort of code canceller or like a small mini ballast, something of that sort. So there's a lot more wiring, kind of like headlight kits involved. I wanted to try out this approach because it might be really beneficial in that I don't need to do a lot of wiring. It's just going to be a literal swapping of the factory, we'll say standard halogen or the factory bulb with an LED counterpart. So here you go, guys. This is it out of the packaging. You saw it from this angle, which is considered the way that it's mounted would be the top. A look at the bottom shows a small board here, printed circuit board. You've got 3 LEDs. There's no, just so you guys can see from the side, there's no protective plastic or glass lens over it whatsoever. It does sit within a housing above the license plate, so that may have been the consideration for keeping these pretty reasonably priced. Not a lot of additional components here. It seems pretty basic, but it might get the job done. The soldering, the connections look really nice. There are 2 license plate lights for underneath the license plate lights under here. This is a fitting for a 2008 Volkswagen Passat 2.0T. Okay guys, so for the installation here, as you can see, this is a housing I mentioned to you. Again, this is on a 2008 VW Passat wagon 2.0T. It's just 2 screws here. So you undo those, then you can remove this plastic cover here, pull it out, and that will gain you access to the bulb that we'll be replacing. So I'll show you that once we remove it. We've now removed the first screw and the second, and then just on this seam here, you'll see there's a little bit of play. We just gently pulled the plastic piece down, and once you get to a certain point like that, you can take the rest of the way with just your finger here. Just gently wiggle this down. Pull it down. Now what you'll see is here's our bulb that we'll be replacing today. So this is the factory version. And now what we're going to do is remove this bulb and replace it with our LED version. The way we do it on these bulbs is you take one end and pull in the opposite direction here, kind of like you would take out a AA battery, until it frees from the little clip here. And there you go. Take this, set it aside, take our new LED bulb, just take it and press in. Now it's all clipped in. Now we'll just follow the reverse and reinstall it. And then just give it a quick test to make sure you have it in the correct position. These sometimes have a polarity, so you may need to take this and flip it 180 degrees, depending on which side happens to work. If it works on your first shot, great. If not, that's all it usually is you just have to flip it. So my apologies for any extra noise here. The car is running. I have the kind of the night light mode turned on here, and as you can see here, here's an example. I still have not replaced the left factory license plate light. Light is a lot warmer, very low light, very dim. Here's our LED equivalent. Very bright, super impressed. Throws a lot of light downward. Huge difference as far as brightness between these two, as you can see here. So you can see that here. Much better brightness on the right. Very clear, super nice. These are also, they are chip on board. Again, that term just purely means that this is wired in such a manner that you're not going to have any lights on your dash tell you that you have a light out because of the typically low current draw of an LED versus the factory bulb. This is not the case, and I can tell you that on my dash it does not say that there is any light outage here. So the chip does work properly and canceled out that code. So guys, just wanted to show you the completed version here. Huge difference. Very low, very warm, very faint light from the factory bulbs. Just from the, we'll say, 3 minutes I had it running for you guys with the original factory bulb. The left one here that I took out was already hot. So, you know, just even in terms of temperature on top of current draw, I guess that just is what usually... and the pure white light that you can get from LED is usually what draws me to it. There's less pull on the car's battery. From just the license plate lights alone, the difference in current draw here is probably pretty negligible. But you magnify that by, I went through my entire car and did all of the interior lighting, as well as these, you know, other lighting sources here, my backup lights, my headlights, you know, whether it's low beam, high beam. I showed you the installation on my other video, which I'll show you a link for here, for installing those LED headlights. It wasn't as nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be, and the light output on those LED headlights was a big noticeable difference like it is here. There are a lot, again, I always like to harp on the fact that there are a lot of videos out there where people get sent free stuff from manufacturers, and as the viewership for these videos grows, there may come a time where I get sent, you know, products to test out just like this from a manufacturer. But I really do care about you guys and my followers, so I always promise to keep these reviews honest. It was a really easy swap out, very fast, and the end result here, I'll just back away a little bit. As you can see here, bright white light, really super easy to see the license plate, much better light output than I got from the factory ones. And again, just this alone isn't going to make a huge difference, but it is a really cool, very quick update that just modernizes the look of the car. So closing thoughts here, guys. Again, great option to upgrade the look of your car. Will draw far less current from the battery as you start to replace other things. If you wish to LED, it's only going to amplify that across the entire vehicle, that it's going to draw less current. You'll get brighter light. And it's a really good way to update the look of your car. And it's kind of something cool that this stuff is so accessible to people now. LEDs and stuff like that. Back a little ways back, I'm kind of a technology person, and I've always wanted to do these types of things, but they were always kind of out of reach and inaccessible because of price. And it's really lucky to be in a time now where these have come so far that they're very accessible, both by merchants, you know, Amazon, eBay sellers, and now even some of the automotive stores, as well as through price. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up this video if you liked it. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.